So let's analyze some data. Let's look at the Vatican. Again, the Vatican is a snake, and it is birthing another snake. Two serpents. In the mouth of the serpent, the Vatican is a sheep made up of a bunch of angels. So you have a serpent, angels, and a sheep. Let's look at downtown Grand Junction. There's a statue in downtown Grand Junction. It's a guy hugging a girl, but it is also a serpent strangling a sheep. Let's look at a card that my wife gave me. Two girls sitting in a tree. It says when you find yourself out on a limb. But if you simply rotate the card, it's a serpent eating a sheep given to me by my own wife. It just happens to be identical to the statue in Grand Junction. Let's look at the tattoo on this guy's back. It's an angel bound together with a demon. But the entire sum of the tattoo makes up a sheep. So the angel and the demon form a sheep. And then the devil is looking up from the pit in anticipation of receiving the energy from the relationship of the angel that is bound to the demon in agony. And when you invert the entire image, it becomes a worm sucking up the energy from the angel and the demon relationship. In Guatemala, there is a pyramid. When you turn the pyramid upside down, the image that looked like a king wearing a really flamboyant headdress becomes another sheep. And superimposed right on the face of the sheep is the devil. So again, we have the same common denominator over and over again. From a skateboard shop in the mall called Zoomies, there's an image of a sheep that's had its head cut off. And there is a door in space, and out of that door in space, coming from another dimension, is what looks like the same identical thing that Miley Cyrus's neoprene red suit looks like in a video called Mother's Daughter. In the video Mother's Daughter, which is another way of saying parthenogenesis, Miley Cyrus is wearing a red neoprene suit with silver teeth on her crotch, suggesting that her vagina is carnivorous, that eats whatever goes in it, which is exactly what the example is of all these other things. If there's a skate shot that exemplifies the exact same agenda as Miley Cyrus in a video called Mother's Daughter, how is that even possible without it being absolutely true? Because on the Zoomies bag, that prehensile vagina that's coming out of a dimension, it's like a worm that's coming out of a dimension, and the worm has teeth, same as Miley Cyrus's crotch, and it's eating sperm. That's identical to the Vatican. The Vatican is a serpent, and in the mouth of the serpent is a bunch of angels that are being devoured in the form of semen. So what is the agenda? What is the world? What is the whole world all about? Well, the Bible says in angels that left their first estate, he is kept in everlasting chains of darkness, awaiting the judgment of the great day. The word everlasting chains of darkness, the definition is forward and backwards ligaments of the body, which is made manifest again by the outward manifestation of clothing and logos and tennis shoes that say fallen with an F pointing one direction, F pointing the other direction. Tennis shoes called Bait by YG that say, fuck you, pay me on the tongue, lost angel on the heel. It's so redundantly obvious at this point for anyone to deny it, you would have to be delusional that the human host body and the female was used to destroy angels. And the Bible says in Genesis, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. The forbidden fruit, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Neither shall you touch it, lest you die. It means euphemistically to lie with a woman. So if the angels were willing to choose to make the decision to lie with a woman, then they were willing to go against their creator and engage in a cannibalistic system, which is murderous and incestuous. And it is the ultimate sin against God, because the angels of God become food for a race of beings in the eternal abyss that are locusts, and it is the ultimate sin, and that is made obvious even on album covers like Ozzy Osbourne, Ultimate Sin. Now let's move on to some other relationships.